Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 4 of the course here. I got the scenery up. So you got 2 more weeks left, and so far so good. Um, you know, I, I'm going to talk quickly. I'm going to follow from last week's topic because some students found the topic of procrastination interesting and kind of relevant to their own situations in this course and the other courses I do. So one of the things I want to point out here about procrastination is sometimes it's not procrastination that stops us from doing things or delays us. Yeah, sometimes it is because we just mismanage our times, but sometimes there's like just, we just don't feel confident. We got some obstacles, lack self-esteem or self-confidence, something like that going on. And, there's a difference between the two of those. Self-esteem refers to how, you feel about yourself, your overall self. You can have high self-esteem, but you still lack confidence in a certain task or something. You may be the greatest widget tech person in the world, but you do terrible in school. And that's got so that's where the confidence versus esteem thing comes in. So I mean, those of you that know, that kind of know my background, I was in the Army for like 21 years, did a lot of things like jumping out of airplanes. So I'll just use this as like an example of, there's, aside from the self-esteem and all that stuff, but the confidence, the skill set, and so forth to be able to do stuff like that. Way back when, 1989, this guy right here is me. But we did this world record jump, so I mean that took a lot of again, self-confidence, training and all the other things. But the point is there's a difference between the procrastination part of, oh, we just don't want to go do this thing, versus the confidence part of it. So the other thing I want to point out here is about start believing in yourself and you will reach your goals. Now, the only thing stopping you is that voice in your head. I'm sure, we have these voices sometimes that tell us we can't do it. It's too hard. It's too difficult. You're working with school and you have the challenges, and, and every time, you don't get a paper in on time, or you're late on, an assignment or something, or something at work, you're letting that voice tell you to not do it. So my point is, the only thing stopping you is the voice in your head. Of course, those of you who've seen the movie Suicide Squad, you know what I mean by voices in the head. So I'm talking about different types of voices here. So, but anyway, the other thing about all this is negative people. Avoid the negative people at all costs. They are the greatest destroyers of self-confidence and self-esteem. And sometimes the negative people don't know they're negative. There's some people who just steal all the oxygen in a room. They have negative influence, and it's kind of a contagious thing. And like I say, it's not that the person might be a bad person or anything, but it's that negative environment, and it's contagious, and sometimes it influences it because of the feedback you may get from somebody, or the observations or the attitude that's being thrown off a person. It can negatively influence your self-esteem, your self-confidence. Just like with a kid, raising children. If they're in a negative environment, they grow up with the negative influences, and so it's the same thing whether you're a kid or an adult. Your environment kind of points your confidence in a certain direction. So that was it. That's my rant this week. Hope it helps. And on to the course here real quick. So real quick, you got the same thing, pretty much the same thing. You got your quiz, your discussion, your homeworks. On the discussion, just to clarify here on the discussion though coming up, it's compare and contrast the advantages and disadvantages of, am I in the right week here? Wait a minute. Nope, wrong week. Hold on, let's go back down to week 4. Yep, week 4 here. So it's got to do planning a dinner party. Okay, what are the risks? So we're talking now. Just to be clear, we're talking about this is a project, and some things people think of projects as project manager is about building a building. Anything can be a project. Like this example here, it's a dinner party. So you're taking from the text the 3 chapters, which are the oops, here we go here. The project risk planning. Okay, what are the risks? The quality, and the supply management part. So all 3 of these things apply to if you're doing a dinner party, or you're going to hold a party for where you're at work at, or if you're going to research doing a new addition to your office building or something, whatever the case is. So they all apply. So just want to clarify that. Otherwise, I'm going to let you go. And if you got any questions, as always, just get in touch with me. Oh, test question. Yeah, test question. We just had Halloween, so let me know what the grandkids are doing there, okay? That's your Halloween test question. And with that, I will let you go, and just get in touch with me if you got any questions, as always. 7 days a week, you don't have to wait, so let's do that, and have a great week. Take care, everybody.